Okay, not sure. I am not sure they are joining or not, but let's get started meanwhile. So, hi, good morning, Gayatri. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. What
So,
about you also?
I'm also good, thank you. Welcome to the CMDB and Discovery Training Session 1. And one thing just to ask, have you tried practically to implement extension sections or create a custom pattern for those things?
Yes, Ajay, I've tried and nothing is updated. So
So,
I was thought to ask today, but my mixer is down. So I'm trying to waking up. I mean, it's like I'm trying to get it in off, but it's not.
okay,
It's
no
not.
issues. Meanwhile, you can try to make mid server up, and then we'll discuss definitely what issues you are facing, right?
Yeah.
So let me share meanwhile my screen, and I will start. Let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So what what I am trying to, because I have already completed the discovery things. So today I'm going to be move out for the CMDB side, right? But before that, I just want to be showcase you how a network device discovery runs, right? So we discussed about discovery of Windows, Linux. Let's talk about little bit on discovery of network devices. So let's create a behavior immediately. So you have to navigate for discovery definitions under behaviors. You have to go and create a behavior, right? So let me create a behavior for SNMP. There is a specific reason to create a behavior for that, but I will tell you later. Let me, where is SNMP only? The mid server which I'm going to use is discovery mid, and let me submit this. Okay. Now let's create a discovery schedule. Oh shit. Let's create a discovery schedule. Okay. As an NP discovery, I'm, I'm going to use behavior, and let me create this one. Okay, let me submit this. Okay. Quick range. I'm just putting this IP as a router. Make range. Let me start discover now. So yes, discovery has been started. Again, if you see here, Sesam prop triggered name as SNMP, because why it's triggered only as SNMP, because we configured a discovery behavior, and based on that we are running discovery on it, right? So let me showcase you the output of it. If you go there, see, it's tried for port 161 only, which is SNMP port, and which is UDP protocol, and the service is SNMP, and it says open, right? It's not tried any other port on it, right? So that is one thing, because we configured and we are running discovery using SNMP behaviors. So it tried only the number one, it tried only the SNMP,
Yes, sir.
Sesam prop, right? Now, second is classifications, right? So, that coming 51 OIDs. What is OIDs? Do you know? That basically we called
Oh, I
object identifiers. So, what is object identifiers basically? So, specifically, if I talk about SNMP side, object identifiers are the object where the information related to that object is going to be stored. Example, in Windows machine, you are triggering a command WMIC BIOS get serial number for getting the serial number of that particular device. But here in SNMP devices, that information of the serial number is going to be stored in OIDs, which is, I can, in simple words, I can say it's a numeric with dot numbers, right? So if I showcase you here, this is the OIDs. So this is the OID tree for that one, right? So if you see the point 1.5 OID, it's in get saving information from that particular one, that particular type of the system, right? Then in 1.1, it's storing Cisco internet work operating system software on it, right? Then if I go little down, this is also storing something which is SNMP counter 32 this, right? So it's basically it's storing the informations in these OIDs. Basically this is the OID, right? Control F SNMP OBJ. Yeah. So object ID of this particular device is this. Let me copy this one and just to showcase you something. If I copy this and if I go here and putting on the internet, I can see what type of device it is. What who is the controller? Let me put here. Yeah, see. So this is Cisco 2621. This is, I think, model of that particular device. If I'm not wrong, let me, yeah, Cisco product MIBs. This is the model of the particular, this one, right? And let me open another site just to showcase you little bit more information. See, this is node name is Cisco 26261. This is the object identifier, and this is the informations on it, right? So if I go control F, not this one. This is also, let me open this. So basically, why I'm going to use this one, whatever I'm trying to showcase you, it will help to identify who is the manufacturer of it and what is the model of it, right? So sometimes what will happen, which I face, when you are running a discovery on SNMP device, you are not able to identify, or sometimes that is not discovering and it's going to be stuck on classifications. So in that particular time, you have to be capture this particular one OID, which we called SNMP object ID. You can search with SNMP OBJ, and this is the only one, right? So you have to be check this one, and you have to be search on the internet for that what type of the device it is, and then you have to be create the object identifier, or sorry, SNMP object identifiers entry for that, or classifier for that example, right? So it's Jala R02621, which we have seen earlier. uh, yes, you can see Cisco 2621, right? This is the same we are getting here. Are you getting it right?
yes,
So this is the same we are getting here, 2621. Right. Again, the information is also there, Cisco International and all. Right. So this is the classification phase where object ID is giving the information about it, And again, you can see credential ID. This is the credential ID which is used here. We can also look into it and we can check it, right? Another thing which I want to tell you, in SNMP side, we have MIB. We can call it MIB, or in simple words, if I say MIB browser is also there, right? So MIB browser is something where you can load the MIB of that particular device and you can see the complete information about it, right? So it will showcase you this type of hierarchy. Let me open again. This will showcase you here. We are not able to identify what is the example. So SNMP IP address, this is this, right? SNMP IP address, again, it's confusing to us, right? As well as here is SNMP octet string. This is SNMP octet string. So we are not able to understand what does that mean. So SNMP MIB, it helped to understand what information that it's storing, right? So it's a model number it's storing, or it's a manufacturer number it's storing, right? And the same thing next, what is that is storing, right? So it MIB help to understand that particular thing, what is that and how it's going to be stored and what information is going to store in the tree base, right? So what you have to do in that case, you have to get the MIB of that particular device if you want to little bit dig down on it, and you need to load that MIB to that particular MIB browser to understand what it is, right? Let me go to showcase you one thing here, that is SNMP. Now you can see as under CI classifications, there are two things, SNMP and SNMP system OIDs. In the system OIDs, if I search for this, you can see 209. See, this is that one is triggered. Based on that, it's going to be identified. Now you can see this is the OID. It's Cisco system, manufacturer is Cisco systems, right? The model is 2621. Table is IP router where it's going to be, and what is the classifier it's triggered? SNMP network router. So what is happening, guys? Basically, when we are discovering a network router, my discovery couple of times is going to be stuck here. The reason is only is first is credentials, might be credentials are not correct. Second is if credentials are correct but still not going, because it's not going to be classified. The SNMP OID not available in SNMP OID classifications. So you have to create a new OID based on the information and based on the informations and which model, manufacturer, and which table you want to populate that one. So you need to be little bit dig down to understand it's a router, it's a switch, or it's what exactly it is, right? Then you are going to be do that. Here if you see, it's launch pattern launcher network router. If here in the same way, classifier is this is the classifier which is going to be triggered. Let me open it from here. This is the classifiers of SNMP, right? Now it's router one, standard network router. So if I open this again, here what is the what OIDs belongs to that classifiers, you can also see here as well. And trigger props, it's going to be trigger the network router again, right? The same network router pattern which is triggered here. So that is discovering the network router. Now let me open the CI. This is my CI. Okay, see. So that informations which we are able to see there in OID first, that is the name informations, right? So Jalera 2621 IP, and that I've configured in that way. Manufacturer is coming, assets is also creating for that automatically. Serial number is also populating. Now let me check the serial number from where it is coming. So if I search for this, see, this is the serial number from where the serial number is coming. So in this OID, that is 47.1, that is the serial number. 2621 chassis hardware serial number is this, hardware revision in this. And they that also captured one more information. Oh, where it is? Yeah, this one. Let me see from where it is going to be captured. No, no, that is not there somewhere here, but not sure how it's going to be populated. But something, what I'm trying to mention, that everything, whatever is available here, that is going to be captured from the OIDs level. This, if you see, this is also there, right, in the description side. It says description field, the second OID, that is also going to be captured from there. Then router interface, these particular information is going to be created based on the pattern discovery, router pattern. Let me open the pattern as well just to showcase you where it is. Yeah, so you can open it here. See, so this is my discovery. Okay, see, this is my patterns will be triggered. Set name to CMDB. Now you can see they did set attribute CMDB say IP router dot name this. They put that command to set the name of it, right? Insert model to CMDB IP router. So what they are doing, set attribute this to model ID, set attribute IP router. So basically here in this particular pattern, if I open, let me quickly open the pattern to showcase you one thing. Pattern, discovery patterns. Let me debug mode, mid server, take the I key. Let me connect this. See, so they are using SNMP classify initialization library. From there, they are getting the informations, and here they are going to be set that informations to router. Let me show you. See, they are putting the set parameter value. They get that information is stored in this variable, and after that they are putting in this particular variable. That is again, if you know, we use the same way to populate that, our information in extension section as well, right? The table name and that attribute name, putting that, star here, right? So that is, here they are putting. Let me. I just want to showcase you one thing. This is all set parameters. Yes, this one. So, as you remember, when we are doing WMI or Windows Discovery, we are using WMI query. The same way, here we are using SNMP query, right? And uh, using SNMP query, there are two variable types, scalar or table, right? And that OIDs we are putting and that variable we are using to capture that information. So we can use, we can select, we can basically, this is the MIB browser, if I say, or SNMP browser in simple words. We can also use from the pattern. where let me showcase you. So we have all type of couple of out of the box available, and we can see the all informations, right? So this is a folder. If I open this one, let me see. No, I'm not getting data. Let me open this one. See, see. So as I mentioned, this is a tree base. So what is the information in this OID? Then access system. Let me click on this version. Now you can see again it's OID. What is the description of that particular OID is? It's a version, right? Then memory, then CPU. Under CPU we have a CPU number. So if this OID going to use for that type of devices, that is capturing the CPU in that A10 system, right? If I going to use this one, there are two OIDs: 2.1 the total memory KB, and 2.2 the uses memory KB. So I hope you are getting it right, what I'm trying to say. And this is the base of complete tree to get the informations in the SNMP type of devices, that we have to know how MIB is going to use in the MIB browser or SNMP browser, and what informations we are able to get it right. So if I go here, sys disk space, the total space of the disk in MBs and 4.1 OID, free space in 4.2 OID. So I hope that is clear, right?
Yes, also.
Right. So
So
that is
all
the.
this information, like
Mhm.
which table we need to select, and all, like which field, everything is given by the customer. I
No,
mean, client.
so only in the custom case, if we are going to create a custom pattern, then we need to be asked it. Otherwise, we are not going to be create custom pattern for. I have not created anything related to network devices. Out of the box, everything is available. We just need to create a classifier or SNMP OIDs to populate or to trigger a correct pattern for that, right? Patterns is already there: IP switch, IP routers, firewalls, or load balancers, or storage, network storage devices and all. So patterns are already there. We just need to understand what type of device it is, and then we have to be create SNMP OID classifications and trigger that particular classifiers, and automatically the pattern will be triggered attached to that. Simple. That we have to do only, nothing else.
So while running pattern, so
Mhm.
like there is sometimes it is coming red color or yellow color, right? Means no datas are updating. I mean, in
Right. So
status. So
right. Let
then,
me. Yeah.
like what we should do there?
So this is something yellow is, if I showcase you, where is as mentioned? See as, this is as. So as means steps. These are the steps basically. Yellow means that is not something which is not completed. Right. So if I go there, so if you see here one yellow, it means there is one step which is not you know get not able to get the complete data. This is something here as well. Might be some conditions are not matched, that's why it's not able to get the data, right? So yellow means it's just not able to execute properly. But if red is there, it means that is not triggered completely, and that is something can impact anything related to that.
So for those things, we need to create an extension
No, 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 not
pattern or
required, not required, not required, not required. So, we have to understand that one, Gayatri. A couple of times that can be possible. Ki, steps or pattern are going to be created in that way. Ki, might be a information available on a device, but it doesn't mean ki that same information available on B device. So pattern needs to be triggered for all type of devices, for routers, right? So pattern are created in that way ki whatever type of devices are comes in the picture to run the discovery, we are able to get that informations from there, right? That's why that is those step by step things are going to be configured. It's like, let's take an example of this one. get routing table from IP CDR route table. So but they are doing getting SNMP table this from this IP set attribute route table failed to get SNMP table empty null response. Example, on this particular table, yeah, on this particular device, that routing table are not there. It doesn't mean if routing table are not there, so it's not going to be capture the routing information. It's going to be capture the routing information from other. See, if already one step is mentioned, if routing table not, try from IP route table. That another step is there. If routing table is not available, then try with IP route table. So they tried with that and they get the informations here. So couple of times the information available here for couple of devices and couple of times information available for IP route table. So we just need to understand. Okay, let me give you a simple example. Right. So simple example is something. Let's take an example. You put something on your room on the table, right? But in the next day when you are trying to find out क्या वो चीज क्या वो वस्तु आपको उसी टेबल पे मिलती है, might be that will be misplaced or that will be put it to different place, or might be आपने when you entered in your room you are putting your things on some specific points, like you're putting your charger in your drawer, you're putting your laptop in your cupboard, and you're putting your dress in in almirahs, right? But that can be possibility sometimes you are not putting on that place, and if I'm not putting that information there or not putting that data, that my things there, where I can find it out? Might be you put in every day your charger in drawer, but you forget to put your charger in drawer, so where your charger will be available. Might be that will be available in socket on the charging point, or might be will that will be available on your bed or something, right? Are you getting my point? Right. So the same way here, if that one information is not available from that particular site, that then it will going to be captured, and it will going to the next step where it will be available, and from there it's going to be populate that informations. So that's why it's creating the pattern in that way. Every information available from different sources, and that should be available for all type of devices. So for that type of router, we are running discovery that are storing routing information in IP route table. But it can be possibility when we are running discovery for other type of routers or other models of routers or manufacturers that are not storing the information in IP route table, that's storing in IP CDR route table. Getting my point? So there is no issue while we are getting yellow. It's just simple. That particular step is not passed, and we received empty and null response from there. I hope it's clear to you now.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
So that is just one thing I just want to showcase you. Now I already showcased you the device discovered, SNMP, how you're going to be create SNMP classifications for that, and every information is going to be captured again in the same way related to network devices. Right, now let's move to the CMDB side. So what do you understand about CMDB? What is CMDB and what is CI? Any idea? Gayatri, Sandeep, any idea what is CMDB and what is CI?
so
Yeah,
CMDB
yeah.
is like data this I mean database operation something, and CI we are storing those data, those device.
Right.
CI is referred as configuration item, and It is used to store information about hardware and software assets.
Uh, right. So in my words, if I say CMDB is configuration management database. It's just a database to storing the values or storing the attribute related to configuration items. Simple, right? Configuration item can be a logical item or can be in that informations which we are getting from the discovery. Logical component means something where which we cannot discover from discovery. Example, application services, right? Business applications, technical services which cannot be discovered, right? Which we are creating in that way that can be part of the specific table and we can refer it like business applications, right? We are not able to discover those informations, business capabilities, right? So that is going to be stored in simple table. And if I say the on the another side which we are able to discover like Linux, Windows, or hardware type or software type informations, that is going to be stored also in the CMDB. So it's just a complete database which is storing information about related to a organizations of their configuration items. Right now, what is configuration item? As Sandeep mentioned, CI and configuration item is the same, which is going to be stored a information about a hardware and a software record, right? As well as in configuration item side, we are going to be monitor the we are going to be monitor the life cycle of configuration item. Means when what is the status of that, and we are going to be measure or check the information about basically of that particular device, how that particular device is useful for us, right? And what information it's available on that particular record, what type of that is, right? So let me go to CI class manager and let me open one table CMDB CI underscore server dot. So I just opened that one table, Windows Server, and that record 34 records are there, and which records you are able to see. That's are my CI basically, right? And all we have lots of informations, lots of attribute there. Again, let me put a discovery source here, so you can see from where and from which information that device is created, right? If discovery source is blank, it means that is not coming from discovery. So if ServiceNow is a discovery source, that is coming from ServiceNow discovery. If service was is there, that is coming from service mapping discovery. That you have to understand the difference between those. If discovery source as a ServiceNow, that is coming from ServiceNow discovery out of the box. Okay, service was is there, that is coming from service mapping discovery. So that is small difference in service map, normal discovery and service mapping discovery. As I already mentioned, discovery discovers in horizontal side, and service mapping discovered from top to down, which help to create a application map of the device, right? So if I open this one, you are not able to see any informations, right? No informations are there, no information related to attribute, only that at informations from where it's going to be implemented, right? What is the front end server and all, right? That is coming from norm service mapping discovery bit. But if I open for a ServiceNow discovery record, you can see the all informations, right? Like operating system, OS version and all, right? So that all information is going to be stored here, right? Now, as I, yeah, yes, please.
No, Jay, no, Jay.
Okay, one moment. Okay, let me open the CI class manager. So in simple word, if I say CI class manager is heard for the CMDB, everything or most of the things you can manage from here related to the CMDB. Okay. Now, one thing I just want to mention, if you are not sure what is my table, or what is the out of the box table for that type of devices, you can go here and simply search. Let me search disk example. If I search disk, I can see all type of disk tables available. SanDisk, which is used in storage. SCI disk, again going to be used in storage. Veritas disk is again for Veritas clusters, right? Storage disk, cloud disk type, data store disk, Veritas sub disk, disk partitions, and rubric node disk, right? But if I simple search disk, where it is comes, so it comes under storage device, and the main table is configuration item. So now we need to be understand that questions also comes in couple of times in discovery exam, as well as interviewer is also going to be asked what is my base table for CMDB? Gayatri, what is my base table for CMDB?
Uh, yeah, can I?
CMD. C.
CMDB underscore
CMDB
CI.
only.
Or CI.
Right. So CMDB underscore CI is my base table, or we can see the parent table. Right. If I open CMDB underscore CI dot list, see, we have 12,000 records, and under that particular table we have all type of device available. Let me group by class just to showcase you. See, so we have 126 type of device available, where Active Directory, EIX servers, Apache application cluster, SharePoint, everything is there. So this is my base table. Right now, let me close this one. This again, under that configuration item, we have storage device table. So this is my child of configuration item, but again, that is parent for disk device table, right? So disk, we have three records, and this is child of storage table. So whatever, or couple of attribute is expanded, or we can say inherit by storage table as well on that particular table. Now if I just want to see the attributes, I can go here. I can see, like what attributes are there. Example, if I say in simple words, you are doing for the form design for incident table or change table, right? So on list view, or in form design, or the form design view, you can see the attribute, but you don't want to go there. In CI class manager, in simple words, you can see all things, right? Derived attribute is something which is, this is all attribute. It's you, if you see include both derived and added attribute for the CI class. Derived attribute derived from the parent class. So these 94 attribute which is coming, or which is available from the parent class added, these are the custom attribute, or we can say specific attribute added for that particular class. 8 attributes, right? This is the, if you want to see the attribute level things, you can see it here. Basic info, again, what is the disk name, what is the backend name of the table, what is the icon of it, it's extensible or not. Extensible means, if that particular check box is there, so it's extensible from some other table, right? Then we come to identification rule. Definitely we're going to be discuss little bit more deep tomorrow, but just want to showcase you what is identification rule. As I mentioned, identification rule is just to identify the device is already available in service now or no. How it's going to be identified? So if I open this one, oh, let me open from, why it's not opening? Hmm? Mhm. Let me try. Let me try. Okay, that is created on storage device table. Okay, I will let you know why it's not opening, right? So basically, why it's not opening, that identification rule for disk is created on storage device table. That is dependent on storage, right? So there are two type of rules, identification rules in the simple word. If I say dependent or independent. Dependent means whatever any rule apply on disk table that are dependent on storage device table, right? And if you see, everything is when it's going to be searched on storage device, right? And what they are searching, they are searching device id serial number first, then again device id only, and third is name. If any of these three informations is available or match, in that case the new record will not be created, that going to be updated. If not matching, then it's only creating a new record in that particular ci type. If I just want to replace it, if I just put to independent rule, I can create a independent rule here, and let me save this one just to showcase you. Right now, two identification rules are there. One is identification rule which is dependent on storage device. One more created indicates it independent, and which can be on disk table only. If I just want to apply a rule now, you can use when you are creating a identifier entry, you have to be understand on which table and which lookup you want to use it, right? So use attribute from main table disk, use attribute from another table lookup table, or use attribute from main and another table hybrid. So if I, let's take an example disk, I just want to create a identification rule specifically for disk, and I'm just putting name, right? So name will be checked on name will be checked on the disk table. If name found whatever coming from the discovery, then it will not create a new record, it will going to be update the existing record. अगर उसको नया नेम नहीं मिलता है तो it will create a नया new record, right? Let me create one more lookup. Now on which table you want to look up, right? Let me put a lookup on storage device, or let me put storage disk. Okay, on which table, let me put the priority 200. On this table I'm looking for name again. Let me add this. See, now it's an independent rule, and which is again going to check for the storage this table where priority is 200, and again looking for the name. The third, let me put hybrid. Here you can put the priority first, main table setting. This is my main table where I'm going to check the name, and lookup table. What is the table lookup? Storage. And again I am here checking the name. So in that case, what is he will do, that particular rule will do, it will check the name on the both tables. If the both table names map or matched, only in that case that identification rule is going to be matched and it will trigger. Are you getting it right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Now, let me move to reconciliation rule. Definitely I will give you a couple of examples here. Reconciliation is something, you know where when we want to reconcile the data. So anyone knows what is the meaning of reconcile? Gayatri, let me tell you. No issues. So reconcile is basically where we have to, you know club the data from different sources. Example, Gayatri, you have two or three notebooks, and on two or three notebooks you want to create one simple notebook which is your source of truth. So what you are doing in the first notebook, on the 1 to 10 page you are copying, that you means you feel that is correct, and the from second notebook you are capturing next 5 to 10 pages, and the third notebook you are capturing the all pages, right? And you are clubbing all three notebook data in a single notebook where you are going to reconcile. That is reconciliation in the simple words. The same here, you have ACI available which is coming from discovery, out of the box service now discovery. I'm okay with that, right? But your customer says ki I'm okay, the discovery is coming from ServiceNow discovery, but I want that assigned to application owner, business owner, I have a different source where that data is available, because that is not coming from the discovery, first of all, right? So the data is available and you need to create a rule for that. So you need to create a reconciliation rule here. You have to be mentioned the discovery source. If the discovery source is not here, then you have to create a discovery source first of all in the discovery source table, and you have to be then it will visible here, and you have to put the priority. Let's take an example 100. Now which attribute you want to be populate from the discovery source which you selected. So let's take an example. As I mentioned, I just need to be update business unit on a business unit assigned or assigned to or owned by example. So these are the four attributes which I just want to be update from that another source. Again, if you want to apply for all, you can also check it here. Then next, if you want to filter conditions, any filter conditions, what when this is going to be matched. So you can put, let's take an example, class, right? What will be the class you want to be select? There are three class: disk, rubric node, and storage disk, right? So let me select storage disk, right? So if class is storage disk, only then it's going to be update, right? So you have created one reconciliation rule. Let me create one more, right? Now you mentioned okay, assigned to business unit and honor is going to be update by Altris, but let me create a one more discovery source which is Tivoli, and you are putting 200 for that, and again you are selecting uh, support group supported by managed by or managed example with these four attributes, right? Again next, again what you want to put class or any filter conditions you can put the storage device. So what will be happen in the reconciliation rule side, anything comes to the disk table, okay, anything comes to the disk table, these four attribute it's going to be updated by Altris, and these four attribute is going to be updated by Tivoli discovery source, and then and your discovery is running out of the box, that is going to be update the all other attribute, right? So it's what we are doing, we are reconciling the data from different sources and updating a single record to make sure the complete data available on that particular record. So सिंपल सा फंडा ये है कि हमें जब ये इंश्योर करना हो कि मेरी सीआई हेल्थी हो, सारे एट्रीब्यूट अवेलेबल हों, then we will look into for reconciliation rules, because couple of times as I mentioned, these are the non-discoverable attribute which are not coming from the discovery, or it's not for ServiceNow discovery. These are the attribute not coming from any third party source as well. Example, one or two attribute will come like assigned or assigned to will coming from SCCM, but couple of times those all attribute not coming from SCCM, Intune, or any other SolarWinds, or Red Hat, any other third-party tool which you are using to update or create records in the CMDB. So in that case, you have to be reconcile. You have to be create some reconciliation rule where you have to be update. Now, I just want to understand from you, Gayatri and Sandeep, example. Let me give you an example and you can give me a solution. You have a two discovery source. One is out of the box discovery and second is SCCM. Okay. So, from out of the box discovery, all attributes are creating, but specifically a RAM and disk, I just want to update from SCCM. So what reconciliation rule I'm going to be configured on which table I'm going to be configured that one?
In SNMP?
No.
Network devices tables.
No,
Computer table.
RAM and disk is not coming in that network device, right?
Computer table. Computer table.
Right. On the computer table, let me go to computer table. You help me to navigate that one. What reconciliation rule I will write? I am here on the computer table. Now I am on reconciliation rules. Let me tell me what should I do? I just started creating.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Discovery source.
Hmm.
Yes.
This
SSM.
SCCM. Okay, SCCM is not there. I'm just taking example. Open view. Okay. What is the priority I need to put here?
100.
100. Okay. Then next, set attributes,
या जो एट्रीब्यूट आपने बोले थे डिस्क था आई थिंक
RAM
रैम हाँ
and disk. Okay. Then what filter condition I need to put here? Again, remember, computer table is my parent table. Under computer, all type of laptop, desktop, servers tables comes in the picture. And I just want to be update specific for Windows Server table. So what filter condition I put here?
क्लास इज विंडो सर्वर
So,
Right. So class is Windows Server. And let me save this. So if you see that filter condition I have applied here, class is Windows Server. So if class is Windows Server, then this disk space and RAM is going to be updated by OpenView or SCCM discovery schedule or SCCM imports basically, right? Is that clear, guys? So this is just something where we have more visibility on the data and where we have to be, merge the data from couple of different sources, and we know this is the source of truth for that particular data.
राइट
Okay. The next comes is the data refresh rule. So its data refresh rules is specify when a CI turns stale for a discovery source, allowing the CI to be updated by lower priority authorized discovery source. So what is stale? First of all, stale is something which is not updated from last couple of days. Example. So I'm putting last couple of days. That should be a criteria for different customers to be talk or to discuss a stale in different way. So example, if I mentioned stale, my customer says if the discover CI is not discovered from last 2 months, that means it's stale for me. But another customer says that if it is not updated from last 1 month, that is stale for me. Stale is something which is not updating or which is not giving any value add to us. Simple, right? So if we create a data refresh rule from any discovery source, example service now, duration, if effective duration I will put 30 days and hours. So but definitely it will do, it will update the all CIs which is not going to be updated by a specific discovery, right? It will update for those CIs, if it will check and it will try to update those particular CIs to, that CI not going to be turned out as a stale. So it just refreshing the CIs only, right? It's not going to be update anything. It's just refreshing the CI, so it will not turn out as a stale CI. So guys, I think we are about near to time. Any questions in that? Definitely for tomorrow onwards, we are going to be discuss more. We are going to be discuss about health dashboard. We are going to be discuss how we are going to be configure the health dashboard. We'll again going to be discuss identification rule for specific classes. What is the use of, different things on that one, right? But any questions in that till now from anyone?
No, Ajay.
So
Anything?
Ajay,
Yeah, right.
stale device means like how we can find out. I mean, we have to create there. I mean, in the reconciliation rules.
No. So again, let me showcase you CMDB. Okay, not this.
If there are some couple of stale devices,
Yes, yes, yes.
so
I'm
how
just coming.
we can resolve?
Right. So as I mentioned just now, that basically comes under the three C's. Three C's basically what we call, in simple word, if I say, uh, three C's basically where completeness, compliance and correctness comes in the picture. This is the particular view which gives a visibility to customer how much my CMDB is healthy. Okay, so stillness is there, right? Again, for to configure or to achieve that informations, we have to configure the rules for that, right? From where we are going to be configure them? Again, CI class manager. Here, correctness. This is the rules which we have to be configured. Getting my point? So whatever we are putting here, based on that, it's going to be identify that is stillness, and on which field that will basically checking. Let me. I have already opened, right? See, let me add two fields. Last, most recent discovery or updated. It will check these two things, two fields basically, most recent discovery and as well as updated field, right? So if I click here, it's updated 9 years ago. It's updated 9 years ago, but that particular field is updated 6 days ago, right? Again, this field is updated 26 days ago, right? So it will, why it's 9 year ago updated, why, who updated that one? So that's why we count that particular CI as a stale CI. Now अगर ये 9 साल पहले अपडेट हुआ है तो मेरी CMDB में क्या कर रहा है ये? What is the use of it? Which application is going to be used it, right? Customer wants to know each and everything about those CIs, which is increasing the count of my CMDB, but there is no use of those particular device in service now, right?
Yes. Yeah,
So
get it.
that will
तो
help to
we
give a clear picture to us.
हम डिस्कवर कर सकते हैं आईपी एड्रेस है क्विक डिस्कवर
Right,
चला
कर सकते हैं, but example,
हाँ,
but I'm just giving you example कि क्विक डिस्कवरी से डिस्कवर कर सकते हैं, but now you have to check, you are running a discovery. Let me run a discovery right away. But when you are running a discovery, but the device is not discovering, it's a credential issue. What should you do now,
क्या
right?
इन्फॉर्म करेंगे कस्टमर को कि ये
Inform
एरर है।
करेंगे,
हाँ जी।
but again, somehow the device is coming in stillness, right? So देखो दो पॉइंट है, स्टिलनेस को फिक्स करने के लिए या तो आप डिस्कवरी करोगे या आप कस्टमर को बोलोगे कि भाई ये मैंने डिस्कवरी करा, ये देखो नॉट रिचेबल होस्ट आया मुझे। अब हो सकता है ये आईपी एक्टिव ना हो सकता है ये डिवाइस ही डेप्रिशिएट कर दिया हो।
मीन्स हमें पहले अपने आप से ट्राई करना है कि किसे कैसे इसको रिजोल्व करना है। अगर वो रिजोल्व नहीं होता है चीजें, तो उसके बाद हम कस्टमर के पास जाएंगे।
राइट, सो इसमें एक स्टेटस होता है, इंस्टॉल स्टेटस और ऑपरेशनल स्टेटस और सब स्टेटस। See, these are the three fields which is mostly used. Now you can see, install status is installed, sub status is blank, and the operational is, so it definitely calculate that is stainless. अगर हम इसका status change कर दें, right, that is retired, right, sub status put करना है हमें, retired का कुछ नहीं है, छोड़ो इसको, and operational को हम कर दें non operational, या इसको भी retired कर दें example. So it will not going to be captured in that rate, it will not going to be captured in stillness CI because we change the status. Now अगर ये यहाँ पे है तो है, रहने दो, because status is changed now. Install and sub operation status are as retired, so it's not going to be impact anything. Just a record है यहाँ पे पड़ा हुआ है, just for information only, right? अगर
Right.
ये एक्टिव है तो ये शुड बी अपडेटेड इन लास्ट 30 days, अगर ये ऑपरेशनल है तो। इज दैट क्लियर नाउ?
Yes, sir.
यस।
ओके,
तो
सो
उधर जो भी कंडीशन होगा वो सेटिस्फाई करेगा तो ही स्टिल नेटवर्क नहीं होगा, नहीं तो स्टिल
एग्जैक्टली,
डिवाइस।
राइट, राइट, ठीक है। आई थिंक इट्स ऑलरेडी 9:05 नाउ, सो विल कंटिन्यू अगेन द सीआई क्लास मैनेजर फ्रॉम टुमारो, and meanwhile Gayatri, just try to make up your mid server and try to do that, and we will discuss if you are facing any issues related to that as well. ठीक है?
यस अजय।
Okay, I think, yeah, that's all from my side for now. Have a good day. Bye bye. We'll meet you tomorrow at the same time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
थैंक
Gayatri.
यू, थैंक यू
Okay,
संदीप।
bye.
हैव अ गुड डे।